Hello, hello. I did it again. I can't hear anything on my screen, so I hope you can hear me. So, hi, see escape. I hope you guys can hear me because it's doing it again. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm not able to fix it. All right. Well, don't forget, for entertainment purposes only, I'll see how many people show up. I don't know what's going to happen. I moved it up a little bit. Hello. All right. So today it's politics because what a wacky world we live in right now. So let me know that you can hear me because there's something going on again with my sound. Hi, Inspiration. Hi, Fatima. We have to check this one more time back here. Why is this happening? Speaker, real tech. Speaker. Okay, sure. All right. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me all right? Yay or nay? Because it's more important that you guys can hear me. It's all right if I don't get sound on here, but definitely can't invite anybody in. All right. All right, so there's a few things to talk about. I do have the camera above. We can do that. I had a question that I starred from Inspiration, I believe, and I can look at that one. Which was good because it was about who's going to become governor for Michigan. Hi, Trudy. But I had enough time to look it up to find out who was running because I'm in Maryland. So a lot of times with the other states and local stuff, I may not know who they are. Like years ago, I think I was a guest on a rather large channel. And she asked me about somebody I had never heard of. And again, they're like towards the west and I'm on the East Coast. And so I had no idea what I was being asked about. So it's kind of like, it's good to at least give me time to figure out who these people are to get a read on it. So I did have a chance to do that, but that's always a thing. Hi, Delphi. Blessings to you too. Yes, very much. All right. So I guess we should get started. Please put your questions. Oh, that's right. I can put my banner up. Wait a minute. That's this guy. All right. If you have questions, please put them in all caps. It's for entertainment purposes only. Yes, I know about Gretchen, but I didn't know who was trying to who was running. And since she can't run again, there's a Democrat, a new one, and a Republican. So the two parties are going to face off. And apparently there's a lot more people in this race as well. There's more than just two people running, but I'm only going to focus on, I think, the front runners there, but correct me if I'm wrong. All right, let me go ahead and add my camera. All right, yeah, so I have my little notepad. Get this out of here. But I need it for the Democrat, it looks like Jocelyn Benson, and the Republican is John James. Okay, that's what I uncovered. So, all right, let's pull some cards. And welcome, everybody. This may be a short show, depending on if people come. Because there won't be any questions. All right. The current Secretary of State, Benson. Yes. And John James. And I kind of looked at them a little bit. I already have a feeling as to who I think is going to win. Hi, Old Silver. Is Old Silver here? Very good. Yes, Trudy and Delphi. Yes, everyone's welcome. All right, let's see what we have. All right, I'm looking at Benson. I'm going to look at her first. I'm just going to pull 3 cards just because I'm trying to get a little. All right, so we have, yeah. We've got a lot of pentacles in here. Hanged Man. Okay. Well, I mean, to me, this just appears to be, she's your current Secretary of State. So she's built up her reputation very much here. She's got her capital, so to speak, right? And it is Pentacles. And This is giving me, although this particular card is not acting fairly, but I am drawn to this here. So for me, it does feel like she will come at the job with more of a sense of fairness and to help all Michiganders, Michiganders or whatever. I'm not sure. But I have the Hanged Man also. So she knows that I think this is going to be a tough race, possibly. Okay, but that's okay. I'll tell you what my feeling is after I do this. All right, let me just. All right, I'm just going to pull. I'm going to leave that there. All right, I'm going to leave it reversed because that's what I'm feeling. This aligns. I do not feel like he's going to win. So that's not a celebration. Wait, let me grab that. Okay. Yeah, he wants this. He's trying to show that his honesty or who he is and what all that business. But 4 of Wands reversed. The celebration's upended. And I know this is the good news one, but for some reason for me, all right, my feeling has been going towards her, but let's see what the cards say. I'm going to pull a clarifier for her. Uh-oh. My cards are saying something else. I could be wrong. I don't really know. I don't have a feel for who these people really are either. So that's illusion, delusion. Well, it might be a pretty tight fight. But it just feels still like this one he's not. I don't know. This is hard. And worry reversed. Maybe it's just not that big a deal. There's going to be some hiccups in this race. But this is going the opposite of worry. Even though we have this loss, it's not that big of a deal, maybe to her. Whatever it is, it's going to get thrown up in there. But okay, I'm going to pull this up here. My feeling was that the Democrat was going to win, though. So that's where I was coming from. I'm not trying to be biased. I don't know either one of these people at all. I know nothing about them. But having pulled that one, let me just get one more. Be fair amounts. Oh, now he's got the happy cups. You know what? I have another idea. I don't know anything about these people at all. All right, let's do this. We're going to go a completely different way. Because it just, to me, it's like with some of these people in other states that I've never heard anything about, it's kind of harder. I'm going to go for a yes or no answer because I feel like we'll let it answer. I had my feeling about it, but let's just see. Oh, yeah, let me grab that. I know what you guys want to know about today. All right. Okay. Now, John James is in the Senate. Okay. So they both kind of have some capital going on there. Okay. All right. I'm going to ask first John James. Will John James win the governorship for Michigan? Yes or no? I have a no. All right. Okay. Same question, but for Jocelyn Benson. Will Jocelyn Benson win the governorship for the state of Michigan? Yes. Okay. Well, there we go. That's what I've got. I'm not pushing it any further. I don't know. I got a no and a yes for each other. That's kind of great. Glad it's working, I think. Okay. Thank you for your questions. And yet, I kind of feel like this camera. Hold on a second. I feel like this camera is just a little bit askew. Okay. All right. So thank you for your question and inspiration. All right. I do have other other items here as well to go on. I was also going to look at Natalie Harp. She's really big in the news right now. Yeah, they've been having meltdowns over this, and it's been getting really crazy. So, and the other news story about her is that she doesn't have a background clearance. And if you watched my last political show, we were talking about how in 1.0, they refused to get background checks. So you would have to do it. And, it was fill out your 306, you have your background check. If you're at that higher level, it's probably going to be a little bit more intense. So, and they do check to see, what you've been up to, and they talk to people. So, and I passed my last one while I was home for the pandemic. So, but anyway. All right, so let's see. And she does not have a background check, but I don't know if she ever went through it or not. And she should, because she's staying in the room with everything. They all should. So, but they all should be taking ethics as well. Take the training, pass the test. So, yeah, Jared did have issues. And he's not currently a federal employee. And he's running around violating the Logan Act by trying to broker deals with other countries that Trump is going to war with. So I don't know what the heck is going on. So he's just all right. Let's see if she's going to be terminated. I don't think she will. I think he's going to get into it. I know Melania came back. All right, let's go with these. But that's a big joke. She's just whatever. All right, let's see what we have. Will their human printer be terminated this weekend? Yeah, zero accountability. Whoops. Yeah, these are tough. I haven't used these in a while. I used to use this deck of cards all the time. I was trying to because they need to be softened up a little bit. Okay. Get in there. Okay. Yes, for entertainment purposes only. Because seriously. All right, will she be terminated this week? And I'm just going to pull 4. Page of Cups. Oh, she's still giving her offer of love to him. She loves him so much. It's crazy. Ooh, 2 pages. Yeah, she's much younger than he is. I think I read that. I don't know. At one point they went somewhere. He was 76 and she was 31. So there's a big age difference there. We've got the Chariot and we have the 7 of Swords. So yeah, she's just and she does just give him good news all of the time. She is the human printer. Only prints out positive stories for him and gushes at him. And her letters have come to light too. So the Daily Beast posted some of her letters. So if you haven't seen those, check them out. They're pretty scary. So I looked at those today before this show. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. All right. So yeah, we've got the gifts. We've got the good news, the constant providing him with good news. I don't know. She just thinks that he is just the greatest. I just see someone in the Chariot over here as just being able to do whatever they want, which apparently he's still being able to. And he won on the White House, Epstein ballroom. So, and then the seven of Swords. So there's a little thievery going on. And they're also saying that she could be an asset for another country because she's there and she's present when they're having conversations that she doesn't have clearance for. It's rather dangerous. But then again, he blurts everything out anyway. I think I need a sip of water in a minute. So there's a little stealing going on, probably information. And again, swords are air, thoughts, information, that kind of thing. So that's where I'm getting that. There is potential. I understand from what I've read is that the White House staff, they really don't like her around a lot. So there could be some pressure I mean, I don't know how they can put it on cankles, but cankles make stinky pants. But, you know, can't make this up. All right, so there's the devil. Yeah, so she's very much, okay, like doing everything for him. I'm not even going to try to read the devil. I think we know what it stands for. So I think it's self-explanatory. Let's find another one. Ooh, coming in fast. All right. There has been a lot of attention on this, and I really need a sip of water. So hold on a minute because I'm having trouble talking. Okay, that was a big sip. All right. Yeah, so Melania is back. Very true. So yeah, there's a lot happening all at once right now because everybody in the news, they're focused on her, and you know, they could see what kind of trouble and what a risk it is to have her there. But frankly, it's a risk to have any of them in the White House because not only are they destroying it, but they're destroying our standing in the world and everything else that goes with it. And the list is so long that I can't keep up with it anymore. But yeah, so this is all right. We don't have an answer yet. So I'm going to have to pull this. Hello, SJ Wonder. Yes, the printer could be a foreign asset, or she could be used. See, all of these people have weaknesses and they haven't really been cleared with their security clearances, their background checks. And because everybody is doing illegal stuff, they're breaking all of the ethics rules, they're violating the Hatch Act, they're doing all the stuff. They're easy to bribe and to get to tell information. And that is what's so dangerous. And so is Trump. He's dangerous. He is, I mean, I don't care. I think he's a traitor. I'm going to say it. You're a traitor. And we know what we do to traitors, he always says. Justice. Yeah, baby. All right. So maybe it won't be this weekend, but it might be coming soon. So we have a lot of this going on, and he has a lot of influence over what's going on. There is a potential for it to happen. She could be stealing just on carelessness, having information, talking to people, although she likes to hide in trunks and she likes to like chase after him when he's on the golf court and all that kind of business. And so I can't bring this over here. What's going on? Okay. So she is, if any country is trying to find out what's going on in the world, here in America and how they can benefit, wouldn't you look at Natalie? I would think that they would. So she's there. She can hear everything. Get her talking if she ever leaves the White House. Get her at a bar. Get her at a restaurant. You never know. So I just think it is a possibility that she will be going soon. And I think the complaints are going to be happening. I know that there are congressmen and senators on the Hill who now have questions about her, and they're going to want answers. And I did see that on MS Now this morning. So I am letting you know, yes, I did see discussion of that. But I believe that the pressure is going to start when it comes to her. Like, who is she? What's she doing there? So yes, she is obsessed. Yes. Excuse me. What was that? And an obsession with another POTUS, Bush Jr. Unsure about Bush Jr. Plus, I heard another story about she tried jumping into the POTUS motorcade 2023. I wonder if that's the one where she was in the trunk. Okay. No, I don't think that this story is being made up, SJ Wonder. I think this one's real. So there's evidence, there's letters. Those letters that she wrote apparently have been passed around among White House staffers. There's been pictures and copies made of them. And because she'd print stuff off and then she'd like I don't know, put it in with the rest of the stuff that she would give him, and then he'd leave it on the desk or something, and then other people would see it. So no, it really is that crazy up there. So all of this is true. You cannot make this stuff up. The things that they're doing. All right. So let's take a look at this one. We all think Melania is 45's handler. Is it possible the diaper lady is another one? Or is she just fatal attraction too? They're all just absolutely out there. I mean, you can't even... Everything that's happening in that White House right now is... Oh, the Tate brothers. Oh, yeah. I don't like them. We'll look at that. Okay. I don't think the diaper lady is a handler. I don't really think Melania is either. I think that she just is in this thing, in this marriage from hell with him. And she's no winner, and I'm not about freeing Melania. Forget that. She's as horrible a person as he is, and the rest of them are. And so I don't have any sympathy for her whatsoever. But I think, no, I do feel like she is a fatal attraction. But you're saying that she now is getting fixated on W. Bush? I'm sure he doesn't want anything to do with that. Talk about, yeah. Everything is so crazy. So, all right, I don't know. I think she's a fatal attraction. I'm not sure what else I can say on that. It's pretty much... All right, let's go to another fun conversation, just like Epstein. Let's talk about the Tate brothers. I'm going to pull cards on this because, yeah, I know who they are. I think they're awful. But let's pull some. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if they're going to get extradited, which they should. Send them back. And to Romania, you know. It's good they got arrested. They're horrible. I don't know where these people come from. And all of them are people they hang around Trump, or they're friends with him or his kids. I think Barron has some kind of relationship with them. Just why? All right. Let's see if they're going to be heading back to the UK. Yeah, they're all monsters. I appreciate everybody coming in to spend some time with me as I get my sea legs and get back on YouTube. So it'll be a little weird for a while until I get my flow. I'm still trying. Okay. Oh boy. Ooh, something's coming fast. All right. Okay. I don't know. I'm getting like emotion feelings or whatever with the Empress. I don't know. Like they're just in their feelings. They're whining about everything. They can't stand being in jail. Oh, poor babies. All right. Well, I think there are discussions about how to get them back. I haven't read anything on that lately, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Feel free to correct me if I'm off the path. Hi, Sanity Claus. All right. But yeah, there's some discussion. There's talks, I guess, going on about how to bring them back. King of Swords. Yeah. The UK really wants them. They are ready to exact justice on them for the crimes that they have committed in the UK. With the Eight of Wands, it does feel like it's going to start happening quickly. There's been a bit of a delay and a battle between, well, maybe this also feels kind of like Romania also. As I'm looking at the Empress, she's giving me those Eastern European vibes over here. So I don't know, it could be a little bit about the Romania thing, but Romania let them go. If they'd kept them in the country, they would have gone first, but they allowed them to leave. So if you're, per their rules, they were not supposed to let them leave. So I don't know. They get to go last now. But yeah, I see with the Six of Swords, they're getting ready to go on a trip. They're going to be going somewhere soon. So I'm feeling that they're headed back to UK. So let's see. They should. They committed the crime, do the time. Whoops. Ace of Wands. Say yes. I think they're going back. It's an ace. Yep. And they're not happy about it. And I'll just grab this guy that's sitting here. Yep. Well, they're trying to buy their way out of the situation too with the 10 of Pentacles. I don't know how much money they are making. Aren't they like podcasters or something like that? So I don't know. But they're trying to worm their way out of it. They're very worried about it. The justice system is different in these other countries, and they're going to pay for it the way that each country does it. Even though they are American citizens, you do the crime, commit a crime in another country, you got to pay for it there. It's the way the world works. So, yeah, I think they're going back. I hope that answers your question. All right. Let's see. Any other questions? Let me see what we have. Oh, yeah. G.W. Bush. Oh, yeah. Laura Loomer. That was another one. Yeah, she did need to back off. She was not of much help. Yeah, walking cash registers. Yes, entertainment purposes only. All right. All right, I guess let me look at some of the ones I've got here. So, yeah, we kind of went over Natalie Harp. I did the governor thing. The Kennedy Center thing is getting on my nerves. It's starting again. He is still trying to get his name put on there, but now he's trying to do it below. But the law says he can't have his name on there at all. And they're trying to take that outdoor area and call it the Trump Plaza. I mean, what is wrong with this guy? Honestly, that he feels that he's got to put his name on other people's memorials. It is the craziest thing. He's such a Nero or like a Caligula kind of person. Oh, McConnell. Oh, Lord. Turtle. Oh, and then not only that, but then there's this helipad that's dangerously close to the White House. And he's just done it with like the seal and he's signing it and all this craziness. And I just can't help. This guy is such a megalomaniac. He's absolutely unhinged. He is crazy. I think I'm not a doctor, but I don't have to be. This is my opinion. I feel he is sick in the head and he's dangerous. So I'm just going to say it. All right. So let's see. Let me get my camera back. Okay. And then Roberts is allowing the ballroom to go forward, even though the lower courts said no. I feel like we're just like losing all control of our country. Maybe. And I watched something this morning. I think it was from Midas Touch, but it was how people were talking about how we need to take back this court, but we have to stop. We can't accept that all these decisions they're making are it. They've been overturning precedents and things like that, and they're not doing their job. And it just feels like they're lording over us, but we need to be taking back these decisions, I guess. And they were basically saying that we probably do need to get back out on the street. We need to let people know. And I guess I'm kind of doing that. They were sort of saying we need to let people know what this Constitution is saying and that this is ours. And they don't get to decide what's in the Constitution and what's not. That's not up for them, And, they can't look at one of these amendments and say that it's not, it means something else. It means what it says. So it's kind of like, I don't know. So I guess we kind of need to take back our government somehow, but because we've lost control. All right. What do we want to look at? And then I also saw that the Pentagon's getting ready to fire the publisher and editor of the Stars and Stripes publication. And that's where they reported what was going on the USS Lincoln. So, of course, they're going to silence them. So that's again, the First Amendment. It's just, I'm exhausted. All right. Once we take back the House, impeach SCOTUS. Well, the impeachments, I think it's the same as, I think they can impeach the SCOTUS. I'm pretty sure they can. They're judges. So in the rest of the contiguous United States, you can impeach judges. So they have to be confirmed. So yes, I would think that impeachment for them. Where's impeachment in here? Impeachment. Oh, well, anyway. But, I mean, it has to be done through, the House and the Senate the same way. But, yeah, they can be impeached. So, what a mess. Okay. Yeah, the term limits, absolutely. I think we should. There needs to be term limits, just like we have on the presidency. There should be some. They don't really have them for the legislative branch. There should. And there was one idiot who, at least when I was still in the government, they were calling for civil servants to have a term limit. I'm like, wait, what term? It's a job. You apply for it. It is a career. It's, it isn't, we aren't political. I was never a political appointee, and I wouldn't have taken the job if I was. The administrations change over and all those people leave. No, I was always not I was just a person, a worker bee. So, all right. What should I read on? Do you guys have anything, or we're going to have a short show? It's going to be short. I did see a question on McConnell. So let me see. Amanda had a question. All right. We'll do Amanda's question. It requires 2/3. Yes. Thank you. Because I'm kind of up here. So it's good if you looked it up. Yep. All Senate impeachment convictions. Yes. 2/3. Yep. Congress can be expelled. That's true. Yes. So it's the president and vice president, and the cabinet can be impeached, and the judges can be impeached. Yes. I was a cubicle dweller too. All right. All right, let's go back and let's look at what McConnell's doing. All right, I need to get back on track here. All right. I'm going to pull from the old school. All right. McConnell, is he coming back? Let's look at that. All right. Why not? And see Escape. Do you see I moved the show? You were telling me I moved the show on Sunday for you. You just said it was too early. So I put it in the afternoon. So maybe you can come in now. So 10 a.m. was a little bit early anyway, but all right. I'll do 4. Death. I love your perspective. I think he is dead, she says, and I get the death card. No, he's not. Oh, boy. It's just, you can't make this up. I'm just pulling. I don't know what these are. The Emperor. Who could that be? And the King of Cups. Yeah, I mean, to me, this just makes me feel like he's not really concerned about doing this work anymore. He's more in his, trying to hide from the press and doing all that kind of business. I mean, the death cards, the big changes are coming. He's leaving anyway, he's going to go anyway. Yeah, the 3 of Swords, there's a big loss anyway. He's just sort of a placeholder right now in the Senate. And then the emperor, he's hanging on for cankles. Look at the feet on this guy. Cankles McStinky Paints. Fun one. When 45 croaks will we know? But that's interesting. Every morning I wake up and I'm like, I don't hear horns beeping outside. It doesn't feel like he's gone. Every day. So 3 of Cups, he's leaving soon. We're going to be happy. He's definitely out. The Republicans are going to lose. I do really have that we are going to, the Democrats are going to get the House and the Senate for sure. I'm not trying to be Pollyanna. 8 of Cups. So his self-esteem's already gone. He knows if he goes in there, he's probably going to be in a wheelchair again. He doesn't look strong according to this guy. Yeah, he's not going to be there around too much longer. And I'm not talking about whether he dies or not. I don't know that. So I don't have that kind of information. I don't want to know. So, although I did have that feeling about Queen Elizabeth, but when I saw her, she looked really bad. And I think Trump was over there right before. Wasn't he over there right before Queen Elizabeth died? Because they showed her and she just looked so bad. And then there was a time Vance went to Rome and met the Pope, and then the Pope died the next day. It's like they're just taking that bad energy. Okay. All right. So, all right, I read on McConnell. All right, SJ wondering when 45 crooks will we know within 24 hours, or will he Mitch McConnell? Well, I actually think we're going to know because he's always trying to be in front of a camera. And when he goes missing for days or a day, and he shuts all his meetings down, and they call a lid at the White House. And so everyone's like, what's he doing? Did he go to the doctors? Everybody wants to know. So they're going to have to tell us and I'll bet you we will know too, because JD Vance is going to want to get in the White House immediately. So he's going to be trying to get in there. I do think we will know. So yeah, I don't think that's the same. I don't know that I even need to read cards on that. Because I think we will know. Because, JD Vance is going to be like pushing his way in there. Without a doubt. I think I answered that. Yeah, I just don't. I don't think we're going to have the same situation at all. And yeah. Will Bashir finally make a decision to appoint a senator? Well, I think that one's unclear because he supposedly went home. But again, it's still, he needs to come forward. I don't know. But let's read on this one. Let's read on this because I don't really have a good answer for this one. So, but I know we'll know when Trump dies because JD Vance will be in the White House and will be naming his vice president right away. And it'll be interesting to see whether he takes all that gold stuff down. But I don't know. I think getting Trump out is going to take an impeachment. I don't know if there's enough Big Macs to get them. And fish fillets. All right. Let's see. Will Bashir make a decision to appoint a senator soon? 204 cards. Hangman. Yeah, it's like we're waiting. Queen of Cups. People are getting squidgy. Oh, this is funny. Oh, boy. Well, yeah, he's ready to name somebody, I believe, and trying to find the right kind of person. But, yeah, this is Mitch. I feel this is Mitch energy, just kind of hanging out there. We're not sure what he's doing. Is he going to get out Is he going to get up? Is he going to come forward? Because he's held on by like one thing. He looks like he could pretty much pull himself up. And Queen of Cups over here. Again, there's a lot of emotion going on. I think McConnell's trying to hold on to things. His team is trying to hold on to things. The world, it's over, basically. It is. It's pretty much over. They're still trying to balance the message and trying to harmonize the situation so that people aren't calling for a replacement a lot. It's just, they're just trying to keep the status quo. There he is. To please, Cankles. I don't know. Feels like no. Not at this moment. It's just so all right, but it's over. He's done. He's really done. So there's not much more McConnell can do. He's leaving anyway. A couple of months. But all right. Yeah, it's too close to the election. Well, I thought, yeah, his seat is on the ballot, but he's not on the ballot. He's retiring. So he's going away anyway. Okay, so SJ Wonder says, McConnell is in trouble with Senate rules for being a no-show. Yep. But I doubt the Senate will take action. Yep. You're right. He's clinically dead. I don't know about that. No, I don't have that feeling. I don't think he's gone from this world yet. I don't. There's no disturbance in the force. And I really believe the day Trump does go, I'm going to feel it. Because I'm viscerally annoyed with 45. So I want him gone. Yeah, the Senate's not going to do anything. Probably. All right, what else do we have here? Well, maybe for a fun one, RFKjr had a meltdown, I think, on CNN because they apparently tested his budget meal plan to see whether or not it could come in under $20, and their bill came in at $70, and so he flipped out. I want to know, because he's heading my X department. I want to read on him if he is going to be there for long. Let's look at him, because he's endangering all of us. He really is. Wait, which ones do I want to use? We'll use these. I think he's dangerous. One of the most dangerous people. He shouldn't be telling people anything. And that stupid food pyramid that is upside down makes no sense. And we stopped doing the food pyramid years ago because it was like, this isn't necessary anymore. We just don't need to do this. And it stopped. And then he's bringing it back. All these people are like stuck in 1950s. The Hierophant looks like it's on fire. Yes, HHS is on fire at the moment. The King of Cups reversed. Definitely not honorable feelings. He's just doing stuff for himself. Six of Swords moving on. And we have the Seven of Wands. He's just fighting this war. This against HHS and FDA and CDC and everybody. He's just fake wars with people who aren't trying to fight him. They're just trying to make people's lives better. But his fake emotions about everything. It's just, oh my God. It's just the energy on this guy. I hate it. All right, let's just clarify. Is he going to be there long? Two of Swords. I think there's discussion about what to do about him because he's just like causing trouble everywhere. He's fighting people. And I love how there's like a tower behind him over here. But it does feel like he's going to move on. And with this cooking show, I also feel like that has to do with attention getting stuff that Taco doesn't like, you know, because it's kind of like he's competing with Trump for attention. And you know that Trump doesn't like that. So, yeah, the food recalls. Well, Yeah. And part of the reason for the food recalls, let's remember. So, and disclaimer, I just retired from the Food and Drug Administration after 34 and a half years in February 2025 on the 8th. And he came in on the 11th. So I missed him. And I missed Malarkey too, the other guy. Okay. The problem at FDA is the budget. The second problem is they fired 3,500 people from the agency. They also fired all the probationary employees. They fired the administrative staff. So the administrative staff helps the CSOs, the consumer safety officers, go to do the inspections. Okay. The consumer safety officers also have badges, like little police badges and stuff, that in their wallets and things. So they have actual, like, they're sort of, it's hard to put in, regulatory type enforcement officers. Anyway, so they, these people need to be able to do their travel. The administrative people are gone. Only they were allowed to do travel for many years. They stopped allowing us to do our own travel at the agency. So people had to start going through somebody again, because first they automated it and then they said, no, this is getting crazy. So they put it back to the administrative people, but now they're gone. They fired them. They tried to fire a lot of the scientists. They fired my whole office, which was doing the IT tech stuff and the contracts. And so we're all gone. Well, I left before that, but I mean, so there's just like total upheaval. They're not giving them a budget at all. They weren't allowing hiring. They did a hiring freeze also. So they fired half the agency, the people who knew how to do stuff, not political people, just the workers and the supervisors and the admin people and the people who could do inspections. And yes, so the Taylor Farms thing, so it says that they hadn't done inspections in 7 years. Some of those years were during the Trump years, okay, 1.0. And so there were things, because we were getting hit then. They were trying to, zero people out. Well, the first year, I think that we actually they didn't try to take our budget in 1.0. But I looked at their budget for 2026 and whole sections are zeroed out. They keep doing that. And it's just kind of like, no, you don't understand. This work can't happen without this budget money. So you're going to get half or not even any, because other offices work together to do this. And with as much stuff as the FDA regulates, food, drugs, cosmetics, veterinary products, radiological products, tobacco. What else? NCTR. What were they again? They're in Arkansas. Shoot, I forget. NCTR. They were so obscure. We had, who am I forgetting? CDRH. Yeah, radiological. We had the Office of Regulatory Affairs that turned into something else that is like the office that kind of oversaw the other I worked in that place. It used to be ORA. So it looked at all, kind of oversaw the other centers in that sense. So, I mean, just so much stuff that goes on. And if there's no budget and no people, it can't get done. I can't even explain. It's like, there's so many, and they're trying to reorganize it again. We just had a reorganization, and they're reorganizing it. I'm not there anymore, so I don't know what they're doing. But it's just crazy. And they're screwing up all the agencies everywhere. And so everybody's agency, all the departments throughout the government, they're doing the same crap to us that they're doing to the other agencies. DOJ's, I don't know if they'll ever get back. It's just awful. So I mean, just, yeah, you got to keep that in mind. So, but some of the recalls, though, also come from the vendors, like the companies themselves can do recalls. The drug companies can do their own recalls also. When it's a voluntary recall, that's also a good thing, and people can pull their products. And there's always recalls. Always. There have always been recalls. That's nothing new. But, now it's just more I guess we're more aware of it because of the mismanagement of the government right now. And I know what my former department, my agency, was capable of. And we really, really tried to run a tight ship on it and to do things right. And we would get audited by GAO. GAO went after everybody, and it's fine. It's like they needed to look at everyone to make sure that things were getting done right. And if they weren't, they would say, here's a report. This needs to be fixed. Sometimes it would, sometimes it would be ignored. But I mean, I don't know. I was never in that area to do anything with that, but I don't know. It's just, there's a lot. And I just feel like the public doesn't really completely understand why this stuff is happening and how much we did. And I mean, during the pandemic, and I do want to give kudos to my FDA peeps. I'm going to do it publicly now. I've been living like this double life. Like my work, they didn't know I did YouTube or that I had medium abilities and all that other stuff. I couldn't tell them because I had to have my job. I didn't want everyone to think I was crazy. And then here, before I brought back this channel, I couldn't tell you guys that I worked for the FDA because I wasn't allowed. So I had to be like, I'm just here. I have a job, but I can't, I couldn't tell you guys because I wasn't allowed to. So I had like this double life going just so now I can kind of somewhat, give you what's going on here. But okay, what I was going to say about the pandemic. Let me see what this treaty message is. Okay. So when everything started in 2020, like March 19th, I was supposed to go back in the office. I had a work at home day, telework day, and it was a Friday, and the pandemic had already gotten going for a couple of weeks. They weren't sending us home when there were like bottles of, whatever, hand sanitizer in the office. And we all kind of got upset because somebody stole the big bottle of it. We didn't know where it went. I called my boss on the 19th and I said, is it okay if I stay home? Because I'm not really comfortable going in with everything going on. And he said, yes. And so an hour later, they sent out an email and they sent everybody home. So that first full week, so now the VPN could never handle. We were like 18,000 employees, I think, at the time. And then we had contract workers. So everybody, including contractors, got sent home. The VPN service kept crashing because it had never had such a load on it. And we had to be doing things because this pandemic and, figure out, work between NIH and with FDA and HHS and communicate, but the VPN kept crashing. And through some miracle after that week, they managed to fix it so that everybody could be remote and connecting to the department because you could only do your work on your work laptops. So finally, everything got going. Everybody got moving. Everybody did the work. We were all working like crazy. And, all their insults. It's not true. You even worked longer when we were working at home. Sometimes there'd be later meetings. And sometimes I'd try to claim my credit time and things like that. But we would have these longer days sometimes. And the commissioner, I forget who it was at the time. I don't remember if it was still Gottlieb or somebody else. And they came and told us in an all hands meeting. And we got some emails and things. And they were just like, the agency totally kicked butt. And then the vaccine started to come out. And so it was starting, and they were just like, you guys didn't miss a beat. Nobody missed a beat. We were on it as a total agency. Everybody had a part to play. I was so proud of FDA and to be a part of that back then, in that, everything we were doing, just keeping business going, keeping it all so that the people who needed to be handling the situation could do it. And so, I'm really proud of my former colleagues at FDA, the whole agency also, for how we performed back then. And with a a boss who hated all of us and everything. At least we had a leader that wasn't so bad. Gottlieb was all right. I think he did his best. And then we had a couple other people whose names I don't remember. But anyway. But there you go. Because I wanted to tell you about the double life thing, because it was really hard for me to just figure out how to do this stuff. And my boss would want to have late meetings with me. And I'm like thinking, I got a YouTube show. I need to be able to get, and I'd be like, nope, I can't do it. I have something I'm doing after work, because I couldn't tell. So it was a lot of fun trying to do that. Okay. So, and Trudy saying they destroyed all the documents in the congressional offices. Look, destroyed all the documents. Whoa. They shouldn't be destroying. That's a violation of the Federal Records Act. Oh, yeah, I do remember they were destroying documents. And something happened recently with somebody who worked for Fauci who just got in trouble or admitted to destroying documents. I'm like, no, man, dude, you can't. So if he did that, then he deserves to go to jail too. So I don't care. I don't know who he is, but no. Goodbye to you. The rest of us had to follow the rules. So, okay. And then Old Silver says, I freaked out because I survived Legionnaires. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hi, Ariana. Project 2025, get rid of. I know they're trying to. And I read that. And so there was a brief time in November 2024 when my mom was staying with me in between homes. And when he won the election, I came upstairs, went into my retirement. I started downloading my retirement documents. I was checking out whether or not I could go. And she's like, and I told her, I said, I have to see if I can retire. And she's like, you can't retire. And I was like, yes, I can. I may not even have a job. And they wanted to get rid of FDA in Project 2025. But they're not going to be able to. We can't get rid of FDA. We need FDA. Oh, it wasn't Dr. Fauci. It was someone who worked with Dr. Fauci. Not Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci has not done anything that I know of. I think he's been anything, just he's been upstanding. It's someone who worked with him, who did something about destroying documents. So I have nothing against Dr. Fauci. I like Dr. Fauci. He saved us. So as far as I'm concerned, but no, this guy that worked with him supposedly did something. And I don't know. I don't like that happened. I don't want any credence to be given to what they're saying about Fauci, because I don't believe that. I don't think he did anything. So yes. Hi, Daniel Martin. I respect Dr. Fauci. So every time someone says burning documents, I think of Mark Meadows. I forgot about that guy. Oh my gosh. All right. So do you guys have any questions? Yes. Dr. Fauci is a good guy. Yes, he is. All of that's a lie. This guy working with him, though, did something with documents, though. And I don't know enough about it, but I saw it and I was quite disturbed by it. It bothers me that anybody at HHS would do something like that, destroying documents. So I hope it's not a plant that the Republicans, that the GOP put in there, that MAGA did. I don't know. I'm not sure what to think of it. So it doesn't make sense to me. I don't remember what his name is. That's a problem. It's out there. And yesterday they were reporting on it, but I forgot to write down his name. But RFKjr, I just don't know. I don't think he's going to be long for this job. He's going to get in trouble because of his shows and everything and taking attention. So he won't be there too long. All right. Anybody else have a question? I'm just checking. I did these. Okay. All right. Let me just scroll up just to see if I missed anything in my rant. But it's true, though. But FDA does so much that I don't think everybody, I don't even think I've written down all the centers. It's just, wait a minute. I know what to do. There's one way to search it. Okay. Oh my gosh. Why does the website look this awful? God, FDA.gov. What a hot mess. Yeah, food, drugs, medical devices, radiation emitting products, vaccines, blood and biologics. This looks strange. Animal and veterinary, cosmetics, tobacco products, food, drugs. Okay. Yeah. So there's quite a bit. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. So, all right, let's see. Oh, there are some other questions. Money given to the Wuhan lab. Oh, geez. When do you think Hegseth's going away? And Hegseth thinks he's running for president too. No. Oh, that's not a question. Netflix is being sued over the movie K-pop Demon Hunter. What? I don't know anything about that. I don't think I can read on that one. You're welcome, Miss J. Wonder. Be able to bring back some of the former. Yeah, but the problem with this too, everybody's finding new jobs, and it's not a good place to be right now. And he has to be out because he's destroyed it. Morale is in the toilet. I mean, like I said the last time, at HHS and throughout all of the agencies, we used to say optives, operating divisions. So like FDA, NIH, CDC, IHS, CMS, just all of them. But yeah, the morale is so bad, and they're refusing reasonable accommodation requests of people who have physical disabilities and things like that. They're being refused reasonable accommodation, which is against the law. So they're denying promotions, and it's just a hostile work environment right now. I wouldn't try to go back right now. Hey, Raymond. Let's see what else we have. FDA is a godsend. Yes, it is. And everybody there, at least the agency I worked in for 34 and a half years, a lot of good people, some annoying people, and some good people. But yeah, Project 2025. Yeah, chaos and destruction. Yeah, there are going to be food. There's always food recalls, though. There's recalls for food and drugs and all that stuff all of the time. If you go to the website and you find recalls, you will see lists of it. There always is. Sometimes there's voluntary recalls from the companies. They do it when they realize things aren't right. When the inspections are going on or whatever, we had things that we would send warning letters to companies and say, hey, you got to fix this. Or the next thing is, then we'd have things like injunctions. We'd stop them from doing work, including drug companies. We were going after them at one time. So I remember in the past. But yeah, you can see all that. The recalls are not new. It is just happening. I think we're more aware of it because we have stupid people running HHS. And I'm going to say it. So he can move on. All right, let's look at this one. When do you think Keg's breath is going away? All right, let's put this back up here. I don't know, but let's see if he will go away soon. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see when. Yes. Well, for me, FDA had its moments. It was a great place to work. It was not a great place to work. I had good supervisors and bad supervisors. I had terrible coworkers. I had one coworker who went after me when I got a new job in the agency. She was jealous and tried to ruin my reputation. She ended up getting fired. I was still there. So anyway, somehow I always ended up on top, and I didn't know how that happened, but it did. And I don't know. I somehow won most of the time without ever filing a formal complaint against anyone. All right, let's see. When do you think Hegseth is going to go away? Will he go away? Well, I think there's issues with him already. Yes, it has, Raymond. You are correct. I'm getting a lot of female energy in my readings today. So Queen of Pentacles, who gives me a lot of Empress vibes. We got the High Priestess. She's emotions. This one's about security. This guy's about power. This one is saying, I don't know which way to go. So it could be an alliance. It's a 2. He's trying to work some kind of magic to stay. So he's trying to talk to people he can talk to. I don't know. There's a lot of infighting in this regime also among the cabinet, if you want to call it that. And they fight a lot. He's got presidential aspirations for some unknown reason. But he's trying to act like he knows a lot more than he really does, because he fires everybody who knows something. He doesn't really know. He knows nothing. 0. But he's trying to have to hold on to power. He's too high on himself, on his own supply right now. Temperance. He's not very good at that, though. He's not where Temperance is. We know he's drinking too much, probably. He said he wasn't going to, but he does. He's still just trying to be, I'm winning, and trying to pull other tricks, even though he's such a mess. This isn't doing anything. All right, let me see. Is he going to leave? He's so vain. Yes, he is. Yeah, makeup rooms at the Pentagon. So manly. The Emperor. I guess we have to wait and see what Kenkles does. It's still up in the air. I think he's safe for now, unfortunately. And I mean that, unfortunately. I would not want to be at DOD right now. I knew a lot of people who I worked with who used to work for DOD, and they were very, precise in everything that they did. There were a lot of people. I didn't move around agencies, although I tried. Once upon a time, I applied for a job at DHS, and I'm glad I didn't get it. I think I threw that interview anyway. I went downtown for the interview, and I realized I didn't want to go. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to be on the metro. And I said, I had an answer, and I just I blew the interview. I just didn't want, I realized I didn't want the job. Nah, I don't want to be here. So no thanks. All right. So are there any, I have another start. Nope. Only one. All right, Joel. But yes, in response to this, foodborne illnesses have increased. Yes, they have. So I haven't been eating. I used to always get the shredded lettuce and then kind of make it either for sandwiches or stuff, or it would be a nice topping also on chili and things like that. I won't buy it right now until this is over. So because the current setup with the agencies, it's a mess, because there's not really anyone in charge who knows what they're doing. And they're trying to put this crazy woman in at, oh, hello, Joseph. Thank you. They're trying to put this crazy woman in charge of FDA, and she is a no. I would not want her. I forget what she does, but she's got some weird ideas about, I know what it is, about the abortion pills and things. For me, she's a hard no. She's not. She won't be trusted. So we have to hope she doesn't get confirmed. Yes. Oh, you're welcome. All right. Well, I'm an hour in here. Unless you guys have any other questions. Some new people came in. So if you guys want to ask anything, toss it to me now. Otherwise, I forget what my schedule is already. Crazy. Let me get out of this. Wait. Just go back from this page. What's my schedule? On the 23rd, which I think is Sunday. Sunday, I'm doing personal readings, 2 in the afternoon. Okay, political readings, I come back on Monday for that. So I'm sort of trying to space them out, give myself Saturday, and then not every day, but I'm just trying. Organic spinach. Well, that's a good substitute. That is. Why not? There are other things you can do, but I refuse to eat that arugula or rocket stuff. It just looks like a weed. It's like stems coming out of it, and I can never get it in my face without whacking this. It's just not, it's a sloppy lettuce type thing. I don't like it. Cabbage. Oh, cabbage is too tough. But yeah, you could make coleslaw with cabbage or something like that. But, and there is romaine lettuce. You can still take that and use that in sandwiches and other things as well. So there's other substitutes you can do, but make sure you wash everything. I've even gone as far as washing bananas because when I pick them up, they just feel so dirty on the outside. I'm like, I don't want to touch this. So I can't do kale either. Kale is what's the word for it? It's very strong. Very strong. Yes, farmers markets. Yeah. So there's other ways to find it if you can. There's other ways to go. And I don't do organic, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, might be able to do that. Although I have been, and I bought a head of lettuce that is not coming from Taylor Farms. So I look for things. So just pay attention to what's going on in the news and see, but do check the recalls page on FDA because that stuff is correct. All right. This is what always happens. I don't know who they are. And they shouldn't be calling me. Okay. Oh, you're in farm and distillery country. Yes. So there's stuff out there. We'll be okay. It's not the end of the world yet. So just keep up on it. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to call this. I do have a chat and cards or chat and something thing show in the background that I haven't published yet. I'm not sure when I want to do it. So just like to chit chat kind of thing. I want to do things like that because I really want to get to know you all better and everything. And, I don't have to go on a rant. We can just talk. I think I do enough of that in the shows. But yeah, kind of stuff to kind of take down the temperature a little bit and just more fun. So, or chat and greet or something. I don't know what it will be. I need to do them. But anyway, probably more in the evening kind of thing, because then maybe I can find more folks to talk to and whatever. See you guys. I'm trying to do things differently. Yes. Well, hopefully they shouldn't be peeing on the stuff either. That's not okay. That is bad. But, always wash your vegetables and your fruit before you eat it as much as you can. And technically, some of the stuff in the bags are supposed to be washed anyway, but I've since this has begun, ceased buying things in the bags. No more salads in the bags. Yes. Oh, thank you, Trudy. All right. Well, everybody, have a wonderful afternoon. It is now 4:14 p.m. Eastern Time. And I've been on for an hour and 14 minutes. So, but yeah, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere now. I just need to get in here and get to work. So I'm back. Maybe this will be more fun this time around because now I don't have to pretend. Like I don't have to hold back. Like I can't tell you what my job is. Now I'm just retired. So that's my job. Is this. All right. Well, have a good one, everyone. See you Sunday for sure. I might do something Saturday in the evening. You'll see. And it will have a pink background, the thumbnail. So it's a totally different look than these other ones. But all right. I'll see you guys. Bye.